Ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, it's time for the main event. With a combined fluid volume of 750 milliliters, it's the Dynamos from America, exporting flavor across the world, Coke, Pepsi, and Mountain Dew. And in this corner, with a combined volume of 3 liters, the heavy hitters from Poland, the Dynamos, Polo Cocktail, Hoop Cola, and Orangeada. What's happening, YouTube? Welcome back to An American in Poland. I'm Kenny. Glad to have you here. We're going to have a little fun today. So, one thing that a lot of my American viewers might not know about is Polish sodas. So I figured I'd bring them a little experience, if you will, and a kind of comparison. So let's start this off with a frosty beverage, shall we? Now, I do want to say, there's no great way to compare these because, unfortunately for you folks that are here in Poland, and unfortunately for you guys in America, we can't even talk about apples and oranges here because the American soda here in Poland doesn't taste like the stuff that we have in the USA. So for example, Coca-Cola Original Taste actually tastes like Coca-Cola did when I was a kid. But see, in the United States, we had this little disaster that is known as New Coke.
Oh, gross!
Mid-1980s, things kind of went sideways, and they came out with New Coke, and it was, how do I put this politely? Awful. And then after that, they released Coca-Cola Classic, which was supposed to be the same classic taste. But during this process, one thing that they changed was their sweeteners. They went away from using natural sugar and started using high fructose corn syrup, which is still used in all Coca-Cola found in the United States or produced in the United States today. Now, one way around this that Americans have is by buying Mexican Coke. And it's pretty sad that Americans have to import Coca-Cola to get the taste of Coca-Cola that they remember. But Mexican cola is what Coca-Cola is supposed to taste like, not Coca-Cola Classic. So most Americans don't even know what Coca-Cola tastes like here in Poland, but it does. It tastes exactly like it did when I was a kid, and I'm pretty excited about that. And it's the same thing with Pepsi. Pepsi here does not have high fructose corn syrup. It has real sugar, and it tastes like Pepsi did when I was a kid, and it's a great thing. The funniest thing is with Pepsi is in the United States they had what they called throwback. And they did these flavor releases a few years ago where they replaced the high fructose corn syrup with real sugar, and it actually tasted like what we get here in Poland every day. A real Mountain Dew, and it actually tastes like Mountain Dew. You know, the problem with the high fructose corn syrup is it does leave kind of a greasy, nasty, super sickeningly sweet taste in your mouth. And you don't have that here. Yeah, it's still pounded full of sugar, but it's real sugar. And so you don't have this like weird chemically aftertaste. So I think it's great. Whoa, sorry guys, just gotta stop for just a second. I want to make sure that you guys remember to hit that like button, subscribe button, and leave me a comment below of what your favorite Polish soda is. You know, maybe we'll do some more of these if you're enjoying this. And don't forget, turn on those notifications because next time we come up with a video, you'll get notified. All right, let's get back to the sodas. Now, the 3 Polish sodas we're going to talk about, Hoop Cola, Polo Cocktail, and Orangeada. And I know for my Polish fans, this isn't the right color. Don't get mad. I did it because it's the same color as Mountain Dew. These are kind of like the Polish staples. You know, if you're going to be looking for a Polish soda these are the three that you're going to be most reminiscent of. For example, Polakokta disappeared for like 30 years and was re-released kind of as a nostalgia for the drinks of the PRL. And it's fantastic. Honestly, Polakokta tastes... If I had to compare it to a soda from the United States, it is the closest you're going to get to a RC Cola or Royal Crown, which Royal Crown soda with real sugar was the bomb. Absolutely fantastic. They just didn't have the great marketing that Coca-Cola had. But it is a really fantastic cola from the US. RC Cola and Polakokta are very, very close. Now, the closest to Coca-Cola that you're going to find out of these threes, Hoop Cola. I can't decide really if it's closer to a Coke or a Pepsi. It's maybe someplace in the middle, but it's probably leaning more towards Coke. And it's a great soda. I mean, that's what I'm drinking right now. The other one is Oranjada. Now, Anya and I joke about Oranjada all the time because without looking it up, can anybody tell me what the flavor actually is? Now, marketing from Helena, the company that produces the Oranjada, says that it is a hard candy-inspired soda. And I can kind of see it. The original Oranjada is this beautiful bright red color, reminiscent of like the kind of like fruity hard candies. And what it has in common with Mountain Dew is realistically nobody can tell you what that flavor is. Mountain Dew claims that it's a citrus drink. Well, that's a pretty bold claim if you ask me. No, they're both unique and both very sweet. And I think out of my all-time favorite sodas, I'm gonna have to go with either Polakokta and Mountain Dew, or Hoop and Mountain Dew. Those are what I reach for while I'm here in Poland. Oranjada is just a bit too much for me, although it is really fantastic served super cold over ice, which that's not a Polish thing either. I know. But the differences between American sodas and Polish sodas is the fact that there isn't as much crazy nonsense ingredients in the Polish sodas. The list of ingredients on the back of a Pepsi versus a Hoop Cola is absolutely epic. This little 20 ounce or 250 milliliter label has double the amount of ingredients and nonsense than what the Polish soda does. And I mean, okay, every once in a while you got to treat yourself. And for me, yeah, I enjoy a Coke, I enjoy a Pepsi. That's another thing that you'll see here in Poland is that Coke and Pepsi are two of the largest cultural exports from the United States everywhere in the world. You go to most restaurants anywhere in the world and you're gonna see a Coke or a Pepsi. Here in Poland is one of the cool things is you actually still get Pepsi in glass bottles here. You don't see that in the United States. Rarely do. I don't think I've ever seen a Pepsi in a glass bottle since I was a little kid. Coca-Cola, of course, they still do it. It's a nostalgia thing. A lot of restaurants will upcharge for those, but in stores that you will find them, especially around the holidays. They'll do like the Christmas bottles and stuff like that. But it's not standard. Here, almost every restaurant, they'll come out with a glass bottle of Coke or a glass bottle of Pepsi. And all of the fast restaurants around here, it's the same way. It's either Coke or it's Pepsi. That's one thing I have noticed is I don't see in the majority of Polish restaurants, I don't see them offering hoop cola, polokakta, oranżada. Now, I do know there are some that do it, so don't yell at me too quick. For example, right here in Pobiedziska, there is a small kind of a kebab shop, and they've got the glass bottles of oranżada, which I know a lot of Polish people are super nostalgic for. And they've got clear and the red. And I have seen in some of the gas stations, but very rarely, I'll see a can of hoop cola. But yeah, it's just not, it's not a big thing. People here, if you're gonna have the polokakta, you're gonna have it at home, pour it in the glass and rock and roll. It's not as, I don't know, easily takeaway. Now, yeah, there really isn't a whole lot more to say about these. Everybody's got their benefits, everybody's got their detractors, but me, for one, I love some Polish soda. And, you know, the Polish colas are the way to go. Anyways, if you guys enjoyed this video, please do me a favor, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and don't forget to turn on notifications so that next time I release a video here on An American in Poland, you get notified. Also, if you've got any suggestions for future content, do me a favor, leave a question down in the comments below. Anyways, na razie, dzięki bardzo, we'll see you guys soon, and thanks again for watching.